All right, so we're just going to go through a short presentation about Give Local this year and how you can support TCAT as a champion. And there's going to be some different tools provided today as well as shared after the presentation, which we'll get into. So just in case you don't know a lot about Give Local, it is a campaign that supports nonprofits throughout different counties, Thurston County, Mason, and Lewis. And it's supported by the Community Foundation of South Puget Sound. And because of that, we are able to have all our donations matched by a generous donor, which is really great. So that, again, just boosts the amount of donations that we have. And when people go to the Give Local page, they're able to support multiple nonprofits throughout different sectors like arts, education, environment, like we are. So there's definitely you can encourage people, to support maybe more than one nonprofit that focuses on the environment or similar issues as TCAT. And then the official weeks for the Give Local campaign are through November 9th through the 20th. So that means next Monday when the official Give Local campaign starts. And so this year for TCAT, we are hoping to raise $15,000. And then here's just a brief overview of some of the goals that we hope to achieve through this fundraiser. So growing our capacity as an organization, being able to staff perhaps more people to help with that and to help with outreach. Also working with local housing agencies for energy efficiency. I know that's some of the work that BACA has started to do. And so again, just continuing to be able to fund those kind of programs. We also want to start working on building relationships with different Black and Indigenous people of color organizations and supporting them in their fight for climate justice. And then also continue the work that, for example, the Transportation Action Group has been doing with promoting electrical vehicles and sustainable transportation. And of course, all these different factors are connected to the climate mitigation plan as well. So again, fundraising for TCAT this year really helps us take those actions to continue supporting the mitigation plan. So with becoming a champion, of course, it's crucial to help us reach our greater goal. But what's really great about the champion page, if you're not familiar, is that you can create your own goal. So maybe out of that $15,000 goal, you want to help us raise $2,000 or $3,000, depending on what you feel like you can bring this year. And so just thinking about maybe your networks and who you know and who you are able to share the campaign with this year to help come up with that goal. And of course, no fundraising experience is needed because we really just encourage our champions to share their own personal connection to TCAT and this work and why they are supporting the organization this year, as well as just sharing some of the materials, like I said, that we'll present you with today. So yeah, just maybe taking some time after this presentation or this week to evaluate your networks and who you feel like you would be able to ask as a champion and just be asking on behalf of TCAT. And so for asking for gifts, something that we really want folks to think about this year is that with so many things that are happening in the world, not just environmentally, but maybe with other social justice issues, it can feel really overwhelming seeing the bigger picture, right? But then at the same time, we want to remind people that when you act locally, that has just as much of an impact. So again, the beautiful thing about Give Local is that it's really focused on these local communities around us, these local organizations that are supporting pretty transformative change around here, whether it's with the environment or other sectors. And so, yeah, when asking for gifts as a champion, just really focusing on that mindset of thinking globally, but acting locally. And then also it's important to think of framing the gift or the donation as a gift or as a service for making a difference, not so much of an imposition by asking them for this money. And then we all know the urgency we're living in for climate change. And so really thinking about how back to the different projects, TCAT wants to be able to fund, those are some projects that we are putting forward, thinking in mind that we are living in an urgent, critical time for climate action. So especially if you're asking folks that are highly invested in environmental work, climate justice work, just letting them know that this is a form to take action in this emergency. And then, of course, personalize your ask. So I'm sure everyone that's deciding to be a champion and helping TCAT this year has, personal experience with TCAT, whether that's you really enjoyed like one of the webinars we've done this year, the conference that they hosted last year, or just the work they've been doing with the climate mitigation plan, just really sharing with the folks you're asking money for, like why you support TCAT and why they should support TCAT as well. And so the biggest thing to know, oh yeah, Tom.
Samara, yeah, one thing that I'd like to emphasize on the previous page is that when you're asking a friend or a neighbor or a colleague, when you're offering this opportunity to give to TCAT and give locally, it's really doing them a service, because so many of us out there in the community, so many folks out in the community are so concerned about all the crazy and unpredictable and very difficult things that are happening these days, and really want and have a big need to do something practical locally that will actually make a difference. And so we're actually offering a service to folks of giving them an avenue for addressing this problem, which is, we're being told by our, some of the folks in leadership at the state and federal level that this is the defining issue of our time. And we're giving folks actually an opportunity to dig in to actually do something practical to address this issue. So that's the service that we're offering here.
So yeah, so the biggest page that, or like I guess the most important link you should know about is our tiny URL, which will take you directly to the donation page. So just tinyurl.com/TCATGiveLocal. Pretty easy to, maybe tell someone over the phone the link or type it out. And then when you go to this link, which I can show in a minute, you can create your own page as a champion. And again, that's where you'll personalize it with the fundraising amount that you have in mind. So again, if you want to raise 1,000, 2,000 for TCAT this year, you can create your own goal there, and as well as share your story again about how maybe TCAT has impacted your life or how you've been taking action with TCAT in the last years. And then the link is super easy to share on your social media or send it via email, so that again, maybe people see what you are doing for TCAT and what your goal has been, and get inspired as well to also become a champion, or at least to donate to your personal goal. And then we will talk about this more throughout the presentation and provide it and show the link at the end, but we can provide you with sample messages for sharing the link on social media via email to, again, make that as easy as a process. So in this next page, I'll show you what your fundraising page would look like. So on the left is what the people will see when they open up that link of yours. So for example, this is Chris's own fundraising page. He says he's raising $1,000 for TCAT. And then, it says right there, I'm raising funds for TCAT because climate change didn't stop for COVID. So that was his little message that he has there, and then people can donate directly. And then the right side picture shows what the dashboard would look like for you as a champion. So again, you can customize the goal, like you see here, edit. You can see how many donors you have. Maybe again, set a goal of you want 10 people to donate, 20 people, 30 people. And then again, pretty easy shareable links directly to Facebook, Twitter, or email, so that people can have the link to your page to donate. I don't know if you want to add anything else, Tom, about these champion pages. I know you've started to create your own.
Yeah, no, this is great. Chris got further than I did. So yeah, he did a great job with this. Thanks.
Yeah, so very easy. And again, if at any point when you are creating this page or have questions about it, myself or Chris, since he's also created his own already, we can be there for assistance. So feel free to email. I can even give my phone number if you prefer, just sending me a text about like, hey, the link's not working, or I'm unsure how to add this thing. But we can definitely help you to make this as easy as a process. So switching a little bit more to social media. So again, we'll provide with some caption templates and to easily post maybe, every other day, something different about Give Local. You can again share that personalized link of your champion page or our general donation link onto your Facebook, or if you have an Instagram, when you go, on your Instagram profile, it allows you to add a website link. You can share it there. I have been posting on TCAT's social media, both Instagram and Facebook, every day. So make sure you can also reshare some of those posts For example, there was a video of Tom yesterday talking about what Give Local is and introducing TCAT's story. And there'll be more posts like that coming up this week. Also share with you all some image templates. So if you like changing your Facebook banner to what's going on currently, you could change your Facebook banner to a Give Local one that we've made. We also can provide you with the Give Local TCAT logo, which you see right here on the right, the circle, that is an image as well if you want to post it on your social media, and just some other promotional images so that, again, it can feel pretty easy to share this and you're not wondering what to share. As always, we encourage, if you want to personalize it, maybe you have a picture of one of the conference you attended last year with TCAT, or you have a picture of another activity, maybe pre-COVID that you were doing with TCAT. You can also share that on your social media to let people know why you care and why you want to raise funds for TCAT. And again, all the templates will be sent after the meeting. They're just in a Google Drive folder where you can download those images and look at a Google Doc to see all those captions that you can post on social media. And then for email templates, similar thing. We have an email template in this Google Drive folder to help recruit more champions. If right now, maybe through the presentation, you came up with someone in mind that you think would be good to help TCAT share their goal and share our story. So we have an email for that. We have a template for the start of Give Local, which again is next Monday. So maybe you could send out that email on Sunday, or even this Friday, letting people know that that starts on Monday. And then again, personalized emails go a long way. So definitely, maybe addressing folks by their name, maybe adding, again, a personal anecdote of why you're reaching out to them, what you think they might want to support. And kind of like Tom was saying earlier, the kind of service that this really provides for the community and taking climate action. So again, all those email templates will be in that Google Drive folder that I will share at the end and send with the recording of this presentation. And then lastly, also, we encourage people to do texting and phone calls. Again, you know best how to reach maybe the different people in your network and how they respond best. So again, the tiny URL link, it's very easy to share in a short message because it's pretty short and won't take up too much space. And so maybe just sending people a little message, which again, we have templates for. You can also share with them one of our new videos, which I'll talk about in the next slide, to inspire them to donate after listening and seeing a little bit more about the work that TCAT does. And then again, encouraging people to text their own reasons for donating to TCAT this year to inspire others to do the same. And then for phone calls, we provided some talking points in that Google Drive folder I've been mentioning, so that maybe when you're on the phone, kind of what to bring up, what things to highlight so that people get excited about donating for TCAT this year. And so the videos that I was talking about there's 3 new short videos on YouTube. This first one with David is about the climate mitigation plan, just the work that TCAT has been doing and how it connects to Give Local. The Chrysalis project is actually produced by Jenna Mason Media, and it's a really beautiful video, just summarizing the work that Carrie and other folks in the community were involved with the Chrysalis project. So again, really good to share that link just so people know the kind of work that TCAT is invested in. And then most recently, I uploaded a video about climate action groups, where again, it just summarizes what each of our action groups does, what their goals are for the future, and again, how the fundraising from Give Local can support some of their efforts. Yes, Tom.
Yeah, and jumping back just a little bit, so you were talking previously about templates and texts and so forth. And so we have those posted on a Google Drive folder, right? And we'll share that. We'll be sharing that the links to those with folks. We have that, yeah.
Yeah, and I can even put it in the chat right now as well. We're basically almost at the end of the presentation so that people can see even the Google Drive folder if you want right now. But the links to these videos, for example, are also in there. So you can just easily copy and send through a text or an email. Again, I really encourage you to check out these videos. They're really good about summarizing the work that TCAT does, and again, inspire folks to donate for Give Local. So yeah, I don't know if there is any questions about information. Like I